For what purpose does the gentleman from Texas seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Clause 2A1 of Rule 9, I rise to give notice of my intention to raise a question of the privileges of the House. The form of the resolution is as follows. A resolution censuring Representative Cory Mills. Whereas Representative Cory Mills has on several occasions conducted himself in a manner that reflects discredit upon this House of Representatives. Whereas on February 19, 2025, Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police officers were called to resolve a private matter at Representative Cory Mills' residence, where officers were called to the 1300 block of Maryland Avenue Southwest around 1:15 p.m. for a report of an assault. Whereas police reports obtained by NBC4 Washington confirmed that the Washington, D.C. Police Department was investigating Representative Cory Mills for an alleged assault on a 27-year-old woman that took place on February 19, 2025 at the residence of Representative Cory Mills. Whereas the first police report provided to NBC4 Washington by a source and confirmed by a second source familiar with the investigation said that the 27-year-old woman accused her significant other for over a year of having grabbed her, shoved her, and pushed her out of the door, and also said that the woman involved showed the officer, quote, bruises on her arm which appeared fresh, end quote. Whereas NBC4 Washington also reported that the Metropolitan Police Department identified Representative Cory Mills as the significant other of the alleged victim of assault, who was not the wife of Representative Cory Mills, and that the alleged victim, quote, let officers hear Subject 1, now identified by MPD as Mr. Mills, instruct her to lie about the origin of her bruises. Eventually, Subject 1, who we now know is Representative Cory Mills, made contact with police and admitted the situation escalated from verbal to physical, but it was severe enough to create bruising, end quote. Whereas on February 21st, 2025, the Washington Post also confirmed 2 D.C. police officials said that the alleged victim of the assault initially told 911 and police that she had been assaulted and that officers said she also had what seemed to be visible injuries, and that while a supervisor initially classified the offense internally as family disturbance, police commanders later learned of the incident, reviewed the reports and body camera footage, and reclassified the case as domestic violence assault. Whereas on February 21, 2025, NBC4 Washington also reported that the Metropolitan Police Department determined that the probable cause to arrest Representative Cory Mills for misdemeanor assault existed and sent an arrest warrant for Representative Cory Mills to the United States Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia. However, then acting United States Attorney for the District of Columbia, Ed Martin, refused to sign the arrest warrant for Representative Cory Mills and instead returned the case to the police department for further investigation. Whereas on July 14, 2025, a different former romantic partner of Representative Cory Mills, who was apparently in a relationship with Representative Mills from November 2021 to February 2025, reported to the authorities in Florida that Representative Mills threatened to release nude images and other intimate videos of her and threatened to harm her future romantic partners in retaliation for her decision to end a relationship with Representative Mills after seeing the public reports described above concerning the alleged February 2025 physical assault. Whereas in August 2024, the Office of Congressional Conduct adopted and transmitted to the Committee on Ethics of the House of Representatives a report indicating that there was substantial reason to believe that Representative Cory Mills may have omitted or misrepresented required information in his financial disclosure statements, accepted excessive contributions to his campaign committee in the form of personal loans and contributions that may not have derived from Representative Cory Mills' personal funds, entered into, held, or enjoyed contracts with federal agencies while he was a member of Congress, and may have accepted through his campaign committee in-kind contributions or other contributions not lawfully made. Whereas individuals who served Representative Cory Mills have called into question the veracity of the account of events which formed the basis of a recommendation that Representative Cory Mills receive an award of Bronze Star bestowed in 2021 for his service under enemy fire in Iraq in 2003. Whereas in August 2024, Representative Mills provided the Daytona Beach News with documents purporting to prove that he earned a Bronze Star for heroism, including a Department of the Army Form 638, recommending Representative Mills for a Bronze Star, and which includes a signature from then Army Brigade Commander Arnold N. Gordon Bray. However, retired Brigadier General Bray told the Daytona Beach News-Journal in August of 2024 that he did not sign a Bronze Star recommendation for Congressman Cory Mills. Whereas 5 people who served with Representative Cory Mills, including 2 men who were reported as having been personally saved by Representative Mills at great risk to his own life as a basis for his recommendation for his Bronze Star in the Department of the Army Form 638, those 2 men disputed that Representative Cory Mills was involved in their rescue or provided life-saving care. Whereas 1 private first class cited as having been involved in one of the listed achievements on Representative Cory Mills' Army Form 638, recommending him for a Bronze Star, denied that Representative Cory Mills provided him any aid and also denied that his injuries were life-threatening. Whereas 1 sergeant cited as having been involved in one of the listed achievements on Representative Cory Mills' Army Form 638, recommending him for a Bronze Star, called the account a, quote, fabrication, and claimed that he, quote, was not in any claims that Cory Mills makes, not involved in any claims that Cory Mills makes about me. I'll restate that, Mr. Speaker. Whereas 1 sergeant cited as having been involved in one of the listed achievements on Representative Cory Mills' Army Form 638, recommending him for a Bronze Star, called the account a, quote, fabrication, and claimed that he, quote, was not involved in any claims that Cory Mills makes about me, end quote. And whereas despite the numerous available contradictions of the accounts forming the basis of the recommendation for his Bronze Star, Representative Cory Mills described the legitimate factual disputes raised by individuals he purportedly served with and rescued as, quote, slander and defamation in a statement to the Daytona Beach News-Journal. Now, therefore, be it resolved that 1, Representative Cory Mills be censured, 2, Representative Cory Mills forthwith present himself in the well of the House of Representatives for the pronouncement of the censure, and 3, Representative Cory Mills be censured with the public reading of this resolution by the Speaker. I yield back.